Back to Goodwill Columbus Work and Community Services. My name's Curtis. I'll be your host this morning. Let's see here. I'm going to attempt to pull this up on my phone so I can see your comments as they come in. Just got to make sure I can find myself. So it is April 20th. We are was 3/4 of the way through April now, folks. I can't wait. I'm very excited. There is something beeping, so if you hear something beeping in the background, it is not a bomb. Okay, so where is my... Okay, well, anyways, we'll just keep going as if there's no technical difficulties, because that never happens. So, I want to pose a question to our Goodwill community and the individuals that we serve. What does earning a competitive wage mean to you? Oh, there we go. Found myself. I know. I don't know where that timer is, but if it's been going off for weeks, does it go off at the same time, Victor? So let me repeat that question. What does earning a competitive wage mean to you? Well, for me, it means having enough money to take care of my needs. Being able to get the things I need in life and to be independent from having others support me. So I would be very interested to see what some of our individuals that we serve and what they feel in earning a competitive wage means to them. Okay. So the next question. Now again, this is for our individuals that we serve, but feel free, any other member here in our community can answer as well for themselves. How does earning more money improve your independence? How does earning more money improve your independence? I'll tell you what, if I didn't earn enough money to do the things that I wanted to do in life, I would probably be living in my parents' basement, and they would be sick and tired and leaving a lot of passive aggressive messages to me to get out. But that's not my situation. And that's kind of what I am trying to help the individuals that we serve here at WCS as well. I want them to earn more money to improve their independence so they can get out from where they're at. You know, a lot of times we don't think about the other types of situations some individuals may be living in, and the fact that if they had a dependable job with a competitive wage, then they can go out and do the things that they want to do and be their own person. All right, it gives me more options on where to live, what to do in my free time, choices with transportation. Amen, yes. You know, how would you feel having to depend on a transportation company or home staff to take you where you need to go all the time? It's not necessarily very conducive to an independent lifestyle. What if you are able enough and you have the means to take driver's ed or get your driver's license or be able to afford your own bus pass to get your own public transportation to and from work? That would greatly improve your independence. Yes, public transportation, nobody really wants to deal with that all day long, but you know, it's much better than having to sit around the house and wonder if staff or a van is going to show up and take you where you need to go. So these are the things that we are trying to do and work with our individuals here at WCSI. All right, so as you can see behind me, I've moved my position here on the work floor. I'm not in front of a big banner, and I'm not in the middle of the floor, and you kind of see some stuff behind me. One of the first areas that's going to change here on the workshop floor is there is going to be a minimum wage work zone. What? Minimum wage? Yes. We are moving far and taking giant leaps. And what we are going to offer when we resume services here at the workshop is to have a minimum wage work zone. This will be where we process the clothes, and that will go to our retail stores, and they will get paid whatever minimum wage is at the time. Right now it is $8.70, I believe. Right, Janice? Minimum wage?
$8.70 an hour.
Yes. See? She's not even on camera and I'm involving her. Yes, so $8.70. That is definitely a big improvement on many other possibilities in life. And that is per hour. Now, I want to hear from some of the individuals we serve. How awesome is that for you guys out there to know that when you come back here, you have the opportunity to work so much, not really work so much, but you get the chance to earn minimum wage as your base salary when you get back here. That's awesome. But I'm speaking for me. I want to hear you guys speak for yourselves. You guys need to spread the word so we got more stuff coming out. All right. So many of you might be wondering, well, what does that entail? What does the work zone look like? Well, I'm going to give you a short little demonstration, and we'll see how fun that works out. So the minimum wage work zone is going to be where you guys used to know, or used to call it as the RWG zone, or the Rejuvenated Workers Group. Or as others would say, those who really want to work. We're over here. Or some staff might have affectionately referred to it as Club Med because it was the nice, easy assignment because everybody here wanted to work and there were no behaviors. So this area is now being changed into the minimum wage work zone. There's going to be 2 crews, going to be between a total of 6 to 8 individuals, depending on who's working what part and what kind of job adaptations we need to do. And they will be processing all of the clothes. Excuse me. They will be processing all the clothes that will be sent to our retail stores. Since sorting's no longer here, we'll be getting our clothes in from the warehouse over on Bryce Road, and then we're going to process them here, which means, tag, hang, and, getting everything sorted, button and zip, all that fun stuff and technical terms that we love to throw around here at WCS. Now, and it's going to be one team will consist of a table loader and 2 people who do total task. What's total task, some of you might ask? Well, a lot of our individuals can actually answer that question for you. Total task involves taking the clothes, looking for any defects. If it's defective, they put it in bale. If it looks great, then they're going to button or zip it. Then they're going to tag it appropriately. They're going to put it on a hanger, and then they're going to put it on a rack. And then those racks go to QA, and then they get wrapped up and sent to the stores. So how's that going to look? Because beforehand, when everybody who was here who was doing total task, they'd have their own little workstation. They'd work by themselves. There wasn't a lot of community involved with the task. Sure, you'd have some individuals who like to work together, but it didn't promote the kind of same job atmosphere that they would find if they worked at the back of house at one of our stores. And so we wanted to make it a more realistic approach for them. So that way, for those who may want to continue into the land of retail work, they would know exactly what would be expected of them in the transition from work and community services to a retail store. Now, we do have some other options to teach them more of the stuff at the retail stores, and I'll get into that in another session. here in the future. But in the meantime, I just want to focus on the back of house. They do things differently at the stores than what we've traditionally done here at the workshop. And we want to modify that now so that way our training programs mimic real life application, and that'll make our individuals much more experienced and ready for the jobs that are out there and available. Okay, so behind me, I'm going to move the camera a little bit, and then I'm going to walk. So you'll see, let me move my chair. See if I can move that a little bit. All right. So this is the work area that's now going to be part of the minimum wage work zone. As you can see, you can't tell much from where you're at. Obviously, you got to be live to really appreciate the look. What it's going to consist of is there's going to be one table loader. That table loader is going to stand back here. And what they're going to do is there's going to be a Gaylord here or a blue bin of clothes that it's already been sorted, and they're going to take big old handfuls and they're going to plop it up on this table right here, and they're going to push it down. Grab stuff, push it. That's all they're going to do. Grab, push. That's a pretty easy minimum wage job, right? That's what they do at the stores, so that's great. Now, you've got your other people who do your total task. You've got these clothes being pushed down here. What they're going to do is they're going to grab off their clothes. You know, they're going to check it out real quick. Then they're going to button and zip. They're going to tag, grab a hanger. Obviously, there's no hangers here now, but there will be. Grab hangers, hang it up, hang it on the rack. All nice, self-contained, and there'll be two people like this. One over here, one over there. So, instead of getting stuff on a black cart or having staff push a blue bin around and unload and load up stuff on a table for them, one person's going to be feeding them work. Two people are going to be working. They're going to be button and zip, tagging, hanging. And it's all going to be there. It's going to be a nice, beautiful arrangement. And then once the rack is full, then they're going to, wheel it off and start their next rack. It's such a great opportunity, and I'm very excited about the new layout. Now you may ask yourself, why does this matter? Well, it matters a lot because it's real world. When we talk to retail, and I love working with all of our dedicated folks at retail, and the retail division of Goodwill Columbus are some of the most hardest working people out there, and we want to do everything we can to support them as best we can. Now, in a setup like that in the back of house of a store, they can process 9,000 pieces of clothes a week. Just one of those. And they've got 2, sometimes more, of those in the back of their house. We want to be able to do that here as well. We want to be able to help support them as best we can and provide our individuals with real life application and opportunities. So, being familiar with how they do things in retail versus how we've traditionally done things here as individuals separated on different job workstations and only doing one part of it or doing it all but doing it by themselves without really that team approach to things, it has been unfair to them, and it hasn't been able to give them the advantage that they need to make that transition into the real world. Now that's going to be completely different for them. They're going to come here, they're going to get the chance to work, earn so much money, and it's going to be something that they are going to love. I can't wait. We're going to have 2 of these stations, and obviously, being Goodwill, we're very good at knowing what job adaptations our individuals need, and we have different layouts to help with that. And this will be an opportunity for even those who may not know what work involves with being a retail processor, and it's going to give them a great opportunity to do that. We're going to have a work zone training area with a setup like this, and where they can go and do some training with some bale clothing that we have and really get them up to speed. So I want to take some quick time this morning to introduce you to the first phase of our changes here on what's happening at WCS. I definitely want to keep you all up to date and keep the excitement going. Even building would be great. Building that excitement. So when all this pandemic stuff blows over, we can get our guys back in here, get them working, and get them out in the community on their own. That's the goal. Community competitive employment. So, thank you all for joining me this morning, and I want to promote our video tomorrow at 10. We are going to talk about interests. What kind of interests and hobbies do you have, and how do those help you in finding a career that you want to do that's going to make you happy in life? And I'm proud to announce that we're going to have a special guest host with us tomorrow. Jennifer Marshall, the VP of Mission Services, will be here and will help with the discussion on how important finding those interests are that you have and how that can help you find the career of your dreams. So join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. here on Facebook. Thank you, guys.
Very nice.